We're going to step away from the coronavirus crisis for just a moment. We want to focus on our women in uniform who serve at home and abroad as we celebrate Women's History Month. That's this March. Women make up about 17% of personnel across the military branches, but that number is rising, and with it, the number of female leaders. Yay. Charlie Daggett traveled to the USS Mount Whitney in the Mediterranean Sea to meet Navy Vice Admiral Lisa M. Franchetti.
Good morning from the deck of the USS Mount Whitney, the flagship of the U.S. Navy's 6th Fleet. But the focus today is on the commander of the fleet, who not long ago would have been forbidden from even serving on this ship. That is the sound of a bosun's pipe. And this ceremony isn't held for just any top brass. 3-star Vice Admiral Lisa M. Franchetti is not just the highest ranking officer on board, but the commander of the entire 6th Fleet.
Hey, welcome aboard!
The only female fleet commander in the U.S. Navy. Could you have dreamed way back when your career began, that you'd be here?
Never dreamed it.
Because when Admiral Franchetti joined, women weren't even allowed on combat vessels, let alone to hold any leadership positions. And joining at all came by chance.
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I didn't really have this dream when I was growing up. In fact, I really wanted to be you.
Yes, like me, multi-award-winning foreign correspondent.
All right, so this is where it all began.
She got her journalism degree at Northwestern University, where she joined the ROTC program to help pay her way.
And rest is history. 34 years later, here I am.
But 34 years ago, little did she know things were about to change.
I will faithfully execute.
In the same year of his inauguration in 1993, President Bill Clinton repealed the prohibition of women serving on combat vessels.
Law changed, policy changed, and I was assigned to my first combatant ship. Then I decided, all right, now I want to command a combatant ship. And then after that, I want to command a squadron, and then really aspirational, command a fleet.
A fleet tasked with keeping watch over one of the most volatile regions on the planet.
So you see adversaries in Europe, you see the Russia threat, you look to the Middle East, you see everything that emanates out of the Middle East.
And the Mount Whitney is one of the most sophisticated command and control ships ever commissioned. We got a rare glimpse at the very heart of it, the Joint Operations Center.
And basically, this is where the magic happens.
The ship's embarked with an MH-60 Sierra Seahawk helicopter, which transports Admiral Franchetti and staff to and from the 6th Fleet headquarters in Naples, Italy.
The scale of the area under the commander's control is staggering. 20 million square nautical miles from the North Pole to the south, where U.S. forces are face to face with America's adversaries.
Adversaries like Russia, increasingly belligerent since invading Crimea, stepping up war footing at its naval base in Syria, both under the watch of the 6th Fleet. Do you feel the pressure?
I mean, we all feel the pressure, and what we do in support of our national security interests makes a difference. Every day, our forces matter, and the message that we send by what we do matters.
It matters to Senior Chief Petty Officer Patience Ray and Lieutenant Stephanie Wexler. How important is it to see women in leadership roles for somebody in your position?
I think it's very important. I think that ultimately people do need to see people who look like them. While you want good quality people regardless of gender, it's still important because there's some fundamental piece that I think speaks to everyone that says, that could be me someday.
She really engages with as many people as she can.
Yes. And she's very approachable. She actually does come and say hello, how are you, how are your family?
How you doing?
It is a very stratified command structure. There's a formality at the top, but she sort of breaks down those structures, it seems.
To be fair though, sir, I wouldn't say that she completely breaks it down. You still remember when you're speaking to her, that's a 3-star admiral. So, but it doesn't hurt to treat people like humans.
Admiral Franchetti says that human touch is intentional. Retaining service members is a lot easier to do if they feel part of something, and maybe even make a career of it.
All right.
Do you ever get tired of this?
I never get tired of this. How could you get tired of this view?
As for what's on her own horizon,
I don't really have any control over that horizon, so right now I'm just doing my best, learning everything I can, and I know that whatever comes next will be the right thing for me, the right thing for the Navy, the right thing for my family and for our nation.
Now, the numbers show that the U.S. military in general may have some way to go in actively recruiting young women, but the Vice Admiral told us she hopes that she serves as an example of what's now possible. For CBS This Morning, Charlie D'Agata aboard the USS Mount Whitney in the Mediterranean.
Love those 3 stars on her helmet. Yeah.
And I love it.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I love how the lieutenant pointed it out. To be clear, sir, you still know you're talking to. I love Charlie, a multi-award-winning
Yes.
foreign correspondent. You want to be like me, he said. That's great.
Actually, what I love about the commander's career path is she wanted to do one thing, she kept
Yes.
pushing, and
Yeah.
her dream ended up being elsewhere. I think that's a great lesson for people out there.
A dream, Tony, that she said she didn't even know she had. That's what I
Exactly.
think is so great. That's what I think
What
is
an
so.
achievement.
Go Admiral Franchetti.
And thank you, Charlie D'Agata, henceforth formerly
Very
known
nice.
as multi-award-winning foreign correspondent.
There you go.